We've all been affected by COVID restrictions in one way or the other. Imagine being blind and deaf and overcoming COVID restrictions and the challenges that come with it. You go on to become one of the world's best swimmers, to compete in 2 Paralympics, become a 6-time medalist, and earn a place in the 2021 Tokyo Olympics as a member of the Women's USA swim team, only to be told that due to COVID restrictions, you will not be able to receive the necessary accommodations that you require to travel and compete safely. This leads you to make the decision to withdraw from the Olympic Games this year. This is what happened to Paralympian 26-year-old Becca Myers. As someone who formerly swam and used to work with kids with disabilities, I was instantly drawn to Becca's story. First, it's important to understand Becca's disabilities. She was born with a rare genetic condition called Usher syndrome. It affects your hearing and vision. Becca was born deaf and is blind. She can hear with the help of a cochlear implant and uses a seeing eye dog, Birdie, and her mom to help her get around. The United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee expected Becca to navigate an unknown venue, an unknown pool deck, and a foreign country with the help of one personal care assistant that she would share with 34 other Paralympians, 9 of who were also visually impaired. This is unrealistic to think that one person would be able to safely help 9 other visually impaired athletes navigate unknown territory. Becca usually travels with her mom, Marie, who acts as her personal care assistant. The United States and the Paralympic Committee stated that due to COVID restrictions this year, the number of essential personnel allowed at the Tokyo Games would be limited. To Becca, her mom, her personal care assistant, is essential to her safety. In 2016, while Becca was competing in Rio, she had what she calls her crisis, her epic breakdown. She was still learning how to navigate her disabilities at that time. She didn't know her limits. She had a breakdown, and since then, her mom has been with her as her personal care assistant. She told ESPN that at that time she had a real wake-up call that the Paralympic swim team does not have proper resources for athletes who are visually or hearing impaired. Fast forward 5 years later to 2021, and Becca should be competing in the 2021 Paralympics as we speak right now. Instead, Becca is at home due to the COVID restrictions and her fear for her safety. Because her mom was not allowed to travel with her to Tokyo, and because Becca was expected to share one PCA with 34 other athletes, Becca did not compete in this year's Olympics. Becca feared for her safety and felt unsupported by the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee. Becca recently told CNN that during the interview, Becca told CNN she is standing up for future generations, that they never have to feel pain that she has felt, and that Team USA should never have to feel afraid. Her fear and her conviction to stand up for future generations led Becca to her decision to withdraw from this year's games. Any athlete who has trained their entire life and earned their rightful spot to compete and represent their country in the Paralympics, regardless of medical needs or disabilities, should not have to choose between their safety or following their dreams. They deserve to represent their country and compete in the games that they have earned their rightful spot in. And most importantly, they should feel safe while doing so. It's 2021. We should feel ashamed as Americans that one of our own is not competing today. Instead, she chose to withdraw from the Olympics. She had to choose her safety over her dreams because she did not feel supported and was in fear for her safety. We are better than this. It is 2021. We should accommodate everyone's needs, regardless of the disabilities or the necessary accommodations. Everyone deserves a chance.